Well, welcome back everybody to our online program asking the question, do clients in treatment for addictions need to be controlled? Do they need to be supervised? Do we got to build really big fences around them and lock all the doors? Well, there's a very interesting study done at a Canadian treatment facility. And what they noticed is that a lot of the clients were acting they were manipulating staff, they were lying, showing up late, looked like as if they were not serious about addiction. So, the researchers spent 9 months at the facility studying these behaviors. And what she discovered was that the actual problem at the facility were the staff attitudes towards the clients. See, the staff believe that all addicts are liars and manipulators and con artists and need to be supervised because they were defective and irresponsible and all that kind of thing. And this behavior from the clients, this manipulating and lying and things like that, it was actually a direct response to that because the clients felt belittled. They felt judged. And this is really an interesting result. In other words, because the behavior that the clients were displaying was not some part of some kind of addict behavior or anything like that. It was actually a response to what they perceived the staff treated them like, and they wanted to redress, to rebalance this power differential. So that's kind of interesting, eh? In the last 50 years, we've been studying this idea that maybe the best way to treat people in healthcare settings is to put lots of controls on them. Right? There's one interesting study done in 1961 of psychiatric wards, and one of the things they were wondering about is should we unlock the doors? Because they were very worried that if they unlocked the doors, all of a sudden there'd be more drugs smuggled into these wards. So they opened up the doors, took the locks off, and just watched what happens. And it turns out no difference whatsoever. It wasn't like an invitation for people to smuggle drugs in just because there was an open door there. And this is what we've been finding in the research, is that when people, what really bothers clients if they're in a healthcare setting is not the number of locks on the doors or controls or anything else. What really bothers them is if they are not treated as if they are responsible human beings, if they're not treated as if they're unique, if they're not treated as if they're important human beings. And this was the problem at that Canadian treatment facility, right? It didn't treat them as important individuals. It didn't give them dignity and respect. There was like this unspoken attitude of the staff that you're less than I am. You need fixing. You're defective. And if you take all that away and you start treating people as worthy human beings who are quite capable of making decisions and not judging them, then this interesting thing happens is that they start becoming responsible for their lives, and they start thinking, well, geez, maybe it's important for me to, figure out how to live a better way. So this is kind of an interesting result, right? It seems to fly in the face of a lot of popular opinion, but it turns out that if you want to reduce problems, these behavioral problems, and including in all that is people dropping out of treatment early, you have to design a program that helps them feel like they're valued and they're important and that their contribution is worthwhile. That's kind of interesting conclusion from the research. Anyway, that's it for this episode, and we'll be back next time with another episode.